Welcome everybody. How are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. Just a brief reminder that our 3-week program begins this Sunday. And if you are new to me, if you have never been to one of my programs, which I want to invite you to, you can participate for free in the first week of this program. You know, I mentioned in our last mass email to all my students about the mystical deep dive event that we had in December for some of our donors. And you know, the power of that event was in the way we were addressing the unconscious, subconscious parts of our experience. The reasons, the ideas, the thoughts, the things that we believe in a moment in order to not to be here, the things that we believe about what's really possible. Are we really able to do this? The things that we believe in terms of, you know, do we deserve this? Or are we even going to be able to reach presence or awakening? You know, so many unconscious beliefs that what made it so powerful, what makes it so powerful, and what I want to address in our 3-week program also is this, you know, how by looking at this unconscious part of our experience, we can become so much more able to be present. And also the subtitle of this 3-week intensive is living in a true independence from the past. What is the meaning of that, true independence from the past? You know, I used to say this is the definition of freedom. Freedom means true independence from the past. True independence from the patterns of the past that arise here. You know, and I see so often that, you know, we either have this ability to come to presence and recognize presence, but when life happens, when circumstances arise, when our nervous systems get triggered and affected by the arising past, there really is no bridge between knowing presence and these moments. Like, how do we bridge that? What does that really mean, independence from the past in that moment? You know, I was just sitting with a student recently who was sharing that experience of being really triggered. And then she told me she could actually come and later and sit in a really deep meditation. However, that did not resolve the trigger for her. That did not bring her back into the present. And it's so important, you know, that we understand that we know how that works, and that we are able to really get that in a moment, which is that true independence from the past, right? Which is the ability to be here no matter what arises. And so addressing of some of those unconscious patterns, you know, that's really going to help us as well. Because as we become aware of it more, what do we listen to? What do we believe? What do we trust in a moment? How come we still trust this? You know, as we address this more, we are able to be more truly living in independence from the past. So I'm very much looking forward to our time together. Again, if you enjoy these videos, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Many of you have been already, thank you for that, so that more people can benefit from this.